All right. I've seen it 3 times in my comments. Cynthia, do the video, dating as a grown woman versus an inner child. Now I'm going to do the video. Here we are. If you're new here, welcome to Heal the New Sexy, where we're dating as a grown woman versus our inner child. If you're new here, this may be the last time you see me because I'm about to step on y'all toes. Listen, I don't even remember the video that I put it in, but I'm really going to talk about the difference between dating as a grown woman versus your inner child. And let me start it off this way. From 0 to 18, there were things that your parents were supposed to instill in you. There was care, love, consideration, validation that they were supposed to give you. Many of us, if you're over here in the Healed Squad, you may have been deprived of that. You may have experienced all types of abuse and neglect, lack of nurturance. You may be the eldest daughter. You may have been in and out of foster care. And so when you went out and you started dating, you were dating in order to get those needs met, whether that was an abandonment wound, father wound, mother wound. And we're going to talk about the difference today in dating from as a grown woman versus an inner child. Your inner child is your responsibility. I've said this before, that man cannot satisfy your soul. There's areas in your soul that God is satisfied, your parents were supposed to satisfy, they were supposed to nurture it. But as it relates to him being the end all be all, it's never going to be that way. It was never meant to be that way. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say this. When you are dating as an inner child, you have idolized that man and you've made him a god. He can't heal you, sugar. He can't heal. Even if he is a good man, he can't heal you. He can help you do the work that you have to do as it relates to your soul. And your soul, for my young ladies, is your mind, your wills, your emotions, your imaginations, and your desires. But oftentimes when you're dating from the inner girl, you think that man is going to complete you. You think he's going to satisfy you. He's not. You see him as Neosporin to the wounds of your soul, and he's not. Guess what? Because he got his own things. He got his own flaws, proclivities, and shortcomings. Y'all said y'all wanted the video. Here it is. Here it is. Listen. The reason why some of us keep falling into the same habits of accepting the same men is because we are dating from the inner child. We have not made the conscious decision, one, to give ourselves what we need. Okay? If you, for instance, if you struggle with abandonment as a child, then you need to be radically accepting of yourself. You need to be validating of who you are. You have to be okay with who you are. You have to work on your confidence and your self-esteem. You can't put that in the hands of someone else, because if you put it in their hands and they decide to turn on you, guess what? Now everything that you had built yourself up on is gone. So whatever wounds you know you have in your soul, that's where you should be working. Okay? So that's why you keep accepting men that are not healthy for you. That's why you miss red flags. Because a woman dating from her inner child is trying to get her need met. And it's by any means necessary that you're trying to get it met. You know he's unhealthy. You know he may be married, or you know that he's living with a woman. But you're trying to get your need met because he makes you feel good. It has to be more than that. Dating as a grown woman is more than he makes me feel good. You're not missing or ignoring the red flags. Okay? Dating from the inner child, you are looking for somebody to soothe you. You're not looking for partnership. I did that video about dating in your 20s. Right? No, big sister advice. Right? The things I would, consider or wish I knew as a 20-year-old. And this is some things I wish I knew. I've been very clear. I grew up in a chaotic home. When you go outside, like, people are really looking for closeness and they're looking for intimacy. And as a young woman, you have to be very careful when you go outside and you're dating to ensure that you find healthy partnership. And in order to find healthy partnership, you first need to ensure that you are healthy. Okay? So let's talk about the inner child. The inner child dater is not weak. She's wounded. She didn't get consistent validation. She didn't get affirmation. She didn't get affirmed. She wasn't seen. She wasn't heard. She maybe wasn't seen as valuable. She wasn't chosen. She wasn't protected. So when she dates, she's unconsciously asking, will you pick me? Will you stay? Will you not abandon me? Will you listen to me? Will you hear me? Am I important to you? Will you make sacrifices for me? Imagine growing up in a family and your parents don't make sacrifices for you. She's asking, will you please me? Or do I have to perform for you? And if I do have to perform for you, tell me how you want me to perform for you. How can I make you happy? I want to make you happy so you don't stay. I want to make you happy so you don't leave. Just tell me what you want. That's the inner child. That's the inner child. Will you make me feel worthy? Am I worthy of you? Will you choose me? And when she is chosen, that's why you see some women, especially when they get married, their attitude changes towards single women. Because that's her inner child acting out. Oh, I can't hang around you. You're single. You don't understand what it is to be married. Oh, have you ever been married? Oh, you don't? Oh, well, you can't speak to me about marriage because, married, secure women understand their worth is in them and not their relationship status. Okay? When you engage like that, listen, you are not looking for partnership. You're looking for that man to reparent you. And a mature, healthy man is not interested in reparenting you because he himself is looking for a partner. Could it be that some of your relationships in the past that were sabotaged was really because that man was looking for a partner and he understood that you weren't ready to be a partner? The same way we as women don't want to have to mother our husbands or our boyfriends, there are men out there who don't want to have to father you. While you're single, it's important for you to do this work. Now, is he going to be patient with you and kind and understanding? Yes, absolutely. But the level of, and I wish I had someone in like a celebrity example to show you dating, this type of thing. But I can't think of one right now. Right? I want you to know that a man can feel that energy. And there are some men who just come in your life to capitalize on it. He knows you're not whole. He knows you're not whole. He's coming to take advantage of you. He's coming to take advantage and to get what he wants. And ultimately, that's service and sex. Service and sex. That's it. I'm going to get this emotional labor. I'm going to get this physical labor. I'm going to get this sex. And then I'm going to get on. You may have been wondering, like, I did everything for him, but you did everything for him in order to get your needs met. You did everything for him. I lost weight. I did all these things. I had his children. You did all of that because you are dating from the inner child because you want the approval. Okay? The inner child dater over-explains herself. She accepts inconsistency. She has no boundaries. And the reason why she may not have any boundaries is because growing up, her boundaries were consistently violated. So in childhood, your boundaries are violated. You get with a man, he violates your boundaries, and it's a norm to you. The inner child finds herself in the hands of toxic and narcissistic men. That's what she accepts because subconsciously, that's what you believe. That's how you view and see yourself. And let me tell you something. The women that I work with are physically beautiful, smart, bright, accomplished. But as it relates to dating and relationships, this is where, and let me say it myself too, we have gotten it wrong. How is it that you're winning in every area of your life, but you can't get relationships right? Because you're the injury that has impacted you and wounded you the most was as it relates to your childhood. And so now you are questioning. You don't feel empowered enough to say, in my adulthood, I'm not going to tolerate this. And the world will tell you, if you don't tolerate, if you don't compromise, then you're going to be by yourself. And you have to even address the inner child that was lonely in a family. The inner child that watched the child that watched one sibling be favored over another. Watch your parents go and pour into them and then didn't pour into you. And so now you are looking for somebody who cares. But I'm trying to, if you don't get anything from this, I want you to know, but you can't get it this way. You can't get it this way. The inner child who's dating gets attached to potential. She gets attached to breadcrumbing. She gets attached to love bombing. And when he flips or the mask falls, she still accepts him because she's been in love with monsters for a long time. Oh, I can't hear nobody in this place. I see women in my comments talking about, so my mama loved me, but she did ABC 1, 2, 3. She tried to sleep with my husband. She talks about me in front of people. She attacked my self-esteem. She did all of these things. My dad loved me, but he did this and he did. Because you've been in love with monsters for a long time. So when this man comes and that mask falls, your inner child is like, well, this is what I'm used to. I can accept this. Well, everybody has to compromise. No, sugar. Not to that. Not to that. When you're dating as the inner child, you're used to inconsistency. You're used to being disappointed. You're used to being dropped. You're used to having to tolerate bad behavior and people not showing up for you. And then you allow it in your romantic relationships. You confuse attention with intimacy. So just because he gives you a little attention on Tuesday, he can drop you Wednesday and Thursday and pop back on Friday, and you're okay with that. He can go ghost and then come back in your life and you're excited. Girl, he came. What? Listen. And you don't even realize that your nervous system has and is repeating these behaviors or allowing this behavior to continue in your life. And they're not giving you anything. They're not giving you anything. Not anything. Right? When you date from your inner child, you will compromise to keep that person in your life. You will tolerate disrespect to avoid abandonment. You will shrink your standards to keep comfort. I told someone the other day, I said that man didn't have the capacity for your future. I want y'all to be listen, y'all be like, Smithy, I'm an empath. I can see. Okay, if you can see, why you think he can't see you? Why do you think that man ain't future faking in order to get in your drawers and get close to you? That man know he don't have capacity for your future. That man know he can't cover you in all the great things that you get ready to do. So you shrinking yourself in order to be with him. That man telling you, girl, you want too much. Meanwhile, he's giving you the barest of the bare minimum. And when you ask for more, he got the nerve to tell you that you want too much. No, he wants you at a discount. And if you're not careful, your inner child will allow you to do that. And that's where codependency begins. Don't ever shrink yourself for a man. If you're a young lady, I'm 37. If you younger than me, don't shrink yourself to be in a relationship with no man. Don't shrink yourself. Everything in life is attached to you being your authentic self. Everything. You shrinking yourself to fit in so a mortal man will approve of you, and there's a God in heaven that has already approved of you. You better be looking at these jokers like, what? I'm not doing that to be with you. I remember, was it Tisha? Gina from Martin left her marriage. She had an autoimmune disease, left her marriage, and then the illness disappeared. You ever seen a woman lose herself in a relationship? She done gained weight. Does she walk by the mirror, doesn't even remember who she was? Why? Because she got in that relationship based off of her inner child. And that man saw that, and he deprived her of that, and he sucked the life from her. Let's talk about this dangerous fantasy that many women don't articulate out loud, but this is really what it is. You really think that man is going to heal you. You didn't get what you needed from your parents, so you think you're going to get it from this romantic relationship. And those are two different roles. Your parents' role and your man's role is very different. Okay? This is where many unhealed women make their biggest mistake. And let me tell you when this happens. This happens in your late teens and your early 20s. And when I tell you, I'm speaking about myself. When I tell you that this mistake right here, or we can say the trap of the enemy right here, is meant to derail you. It's meant to derail you. But I'm trying to help you. They meet a man who feels emotionally warm or attentive, and they unconsciously align him the role of healer. But that man is not your therapist. Stop telling these men all of your business and all of your secrets. You don't owe them that. You just met him. You're trauma bonding with him. You're trauma dumping on him. He's not your father. He's not your savior. He is not proof of your worth. And let me go back to this for the Christian girlies. There's a lot of Christian girlies who've done a whole lot of work praying and fasting and then get upset because God hasn't sent them a man. Do you really want marriage? Do you really want a husband? And I'm not saying that in a self-righteous way, because there's a lot of people on here self-righteous as it relates to husbands and things like that. But there is some idolatry in the Christian sphere as it relates to husbands. And there's a performance that some Christian women are doing in order to have one. You will fast for a husband, but you haven't fasted for your business to hit 6 and 7 figures. You will fast for a husband, but you won't fast for yourself or for your girlfriend on the things that you need. Many of us, a woman who's in relationship for her inner child, you really think that man is coming to save you. If he comes, he'll help me financially. I'm drowning in this debt. I won't be lonely. I want you to look to save yourself. The Bible says, I look to the hills from which my help come from. My help come from the Lord. So first of all, you need to be looking at the Lord, but then you need to look at yourself and what it is that you need to do for you. Praise yourself. You like words of affirmations? Praise yourself. You like acts of service? Serve yourself. You like gifts? Buy yourself a gift. You like physical touch? Go get a massage. But all I'm trying to help you understand and know is if you put your hope in a man, especially when you're unhealed, it's not going to go down how you think. Okay? When you expect a man to fill your childhood wounds, you will attach too quickly. You're supposed to be dating where? From here. You attaching your wound. He compliments you one good time. Now you in limerence. Now you engage in maladaptive daydreaming. Now y'all married and you've had one conversation with him. A lot of you put all your eggs in one basket. And when I say you should date multiple people, Smithy, I can't do that because that's not being intentional. No. You need to go outside and date the men's. You do. So you don't attach too quickly. Some of you feel like if I'm dating multiple women, I'm not being loyal. You being loyal to yourself? Why does he need your loyalty up top? You don't know who he dating. You don't know who he's sleeping with. And he's not going to tell you. I'm not saying be deceitful, but I'm just saying stop sharing your business. It's your business. I cannot go to the Amazon headquarters and be like, hey, let me see the business. They're going to be, oh, ma'am, who is you? I want you to feel that same way about yourself when you're dating. Okay? You overshare too soon. You become hyper-focused on him. And that's why you get so easily devastated when it doesn't work out the way that you believe it should work out. But every man you date is not your husband. Sometimes you need to date to gather data about yourself and data about men. How do you show up? Okay? You feel emotionally destabilized by normal dating pacing. So when he's not quick to rush into exclusivity, now you're triggered. Now you feel some type of way. Now you feel abandoned again. Now you feel rejected again because you're not used to a healthy pace. You then look at him like he's changed, but that's not true. He triggered your attachment. And there's a difference, because healing is your responsibility. Partnership is his opportunity. He's showing up to be a partner with you. He's not showing up to be a healer to you. Now, let's be honest. There are some things that a man shows up and he's healthy, they will heal a part of you. If you've never had a man be consistent in your life and this man is consistent, that will heal a part in you. But my question to you is, are you consistent to you? When you make a goal, let's say you're supposed to work out 3 days a week. Are you consistent in that? You said you're going to get up at 5 a.m. and read your Bible or read a self-help book. Are you consistent in that? A lot of times we are looking for things in people that we don't even give ourselves. Give it to you first. And then when they give it to you, you're not that impressed. You want to go to a Michelin star restaurant? Take yourself. You want to go to the fancy steakhouse? Take yourself. You want to go to the beach and go to the resort? Take yourself. So you're not so easily impressed when he decides that he wants to take you. Expose yourself to the things that you want and you desire. Don't wait for him to do it. Now let's talk about the elevated version of you. The dating as the grown woman. Because that's the best part. Let me tell you, there's a level of confidence that comes upon you when you're dating from a healed place. You realize that you don't have to settle. You realize that you don't have to compromise as it relates to you need, what you want, and what you desire. And guess what? You're not lonely. You're not lonely when you're dating from a healed place. You're not. Because you understand that you are whole in one. You are whole. See, the inner child is dating because there are spaces in her soul that she wants that man to fulfill. But the healed woman knows she's all in one. She's whole. And what she's not going to do is set herself up to be in a situation for someone to hurt her again. Now, there's a difference now, because some of you have built up walls to protect yourself. No, the grown woman is able to be vulnerable. She rolls out her vulnerability as that man and proves himself to be safe. But she understands whether this works to us having partnership or it doesn't, I'm going to be okay. Because I take care of me. All right? The grown woman has done her therapy. She has sat with herself. She has emotionally processed the things that she has experienced. She has taken accountability for the mistakes that she made in the past. She has come to a place of acceptance of her past, and she knows that she has control of her future. She knows that life is happening for her and not to her. She has moved from being a victim to a victor. And she's not settling. She doesn't settle as it relates to what she eats, what she wears. Okay. She's addressed her maladaptive coping. She's not a stress eater anymore. She exercises. She journals. She engages in self-care. She has good friendships. She has a healthy view of herself and others. She depends on the Lord only. She's not depending on a man to take care of her physical needs, her emotional needs. No. She's working to be in a relationship where she's interdependent and not codependent. She has processed the grief. She has faced the abandonment. She knows how to self-soothe. She regulates her own nervous system. So when she dates, she's not asking who will choose me. Let me tell you something. I don't know much about Queen Elizabeth. I don't know much about her. But I guarantee you, not one day in her life did she ever sit back and wait about a man choosing her. I've never met Queen of Sheba, but I know she did not sit back and wait for a man to choose her. I think her name is Nzinga. She was a queen. that when the people came, she told the man to bow down so she could sit on him as a chair and have a conversation. I think it was either the English or the Dutch. I know she did not sit back and wait and think, I can't wait for a man to choose me. So why do you have this belief about a man choosing you and that being the best day of your life when you can choose yourself right now? Stop putting the authority of your life in the hands of a man, especially a man who's come in your life and playing games with you and has no intent of being your husband and truly covering you. For those of y'all that want to get married. So instead of asking, will he choose me? She's asking, are we aligned? Because let's be honest, love is not enough. It's not enough. Are we aligned? Does this make sense? Okay? Her needs are different. The inner child needs constant reassurance, immediate validation, emotional intensity, comfort at all costs, to include sacrificing yourself. The grown woman needs consistency, emotional safety, integrity, a man of morality and character. She needs stability and reciprocity. Do you see the difference? The grown woman is not looking for parenting. She's looking for partnership. She's not looking to be completed because she's already whole. So let's talk about what you need to do in order to start dating as it relates in your grown woman era. Okay? When you date as a grown woman, you don't need to rush intimacy. And you're not looking to rush intimacy. There was a comment that someone put about a man talking about the reason why he and his ex broke up was because he liked sex. And so she decided, and kudos to her, that this is not the man for me. But this is the thing. A lot of women, especially when you're younger, you rush the physical intimacy because you think if I have sex with him, then he'll stay with me. If I have sex with him, then he'll marry me. If I have sex with him, then the relationship will move forward. No, the grown woman is not rushing intimacy because she understands how sacred her body is. Your body is a temple. So you're not rushing physical intimacy, emotional intimacy with a person who you don't know is safe. She does not negotiate her standards. You're not negotiating how the person cares for you. Either they care for you the way you want them to care for you, or that's not your person. Stop compromising with somebody. Stop having conversation with a man about how he's going to take care of you. Either he's going to do what you say or he's not. Do you see men compromising how they want to be taken care of? Okay, that part. So a man comes in your life and he tells you that you're too much. You say, you know what? Maybe I am too much for you. Thank you for letting me know. And get out of there. I live in a gated community. I'm not going to go and live, if you're in Atlanta, off of Candler Road, and I mean no disrespect, with a man. I'm not going to compromise in that way. If you in Columbus, I'm not going to live. What side of Columbus? The area code 31907. You know what part that is. I'm not going to live over there. Not compromising my care. I'm emotionally available. So I'm not going to compromise and be with a man who's not emotionally available. Does he have to communicate and emote the same way that I do? No. But there can't be a wall that when I'm trying to communicate with him, that can't be there. Stop compromising your standards. Stop compromising your care. Stop compromising what you need in the relationship. Stop shrinking. And if you're in a relationship with a man and he punishes you when you are talking about your needs, then that's not your man. And that's not a healthy relationship. Stop compromising. You're used to a certain standard of living. Don't get with a man and then he try to make you live less. I remember a young lady in the comments was like, he told me no because he told me I was spoiled. Oh, that's not your man. That's not your man. Any man who comes in your life trying to humble you, telling you no just to tell you no, that's not your man. Why would you come in somebody's life to be antagonistic like that? Well, I'm gonna tell you no because you need to be humbled. You need to get on, sir. I'm not gonna be with you. First of all, I'm an adult, so why you even thought you was gonna come and tell me no? What you thought? The grown woman doesn't beg for clarity. What is this? Where are we going? What are we doing? I was watching tonight's conversations, and there was a young lady who said they had been together for 7 years, and she asked him for a ring, and he put the ring on that way. And Kitty said, "Wait a minute. What? Do you hear what you're saying? You've been with this man for 7 years, and he didn't even ask you?" When you're dating as a grown woman, you have clarity. You know who you are. You know who you're compatible with, because you've learned the lessons in your previous dating. You've unpacked the beliefs that you had you showing up in that way to accept those narcissistic and toxic men. So you're not begging for clarity. If you guys aren't on the same page and it's not clear, you're walking away. And you're not letting a man talk you right back into being in relationship with him when he wasn't clear on you in the first place. You're not auditioning for commitment. Remember, I did that video, Why Every Woman Should Date Selfishly. If you haven't watched that video, you might want to watch it. Right? You're not auditioning to be with that man. Oh, I can cook, I can clean, or I'll take care of your kids, or I'll do... No, a grown woman is not doing that. Oh, I got an idea, I want to build a business. Okay, well, can you help me? Sure, I'll help you with the business. But she makes sure that she's on the paperwork. You're not helping a man build his business and you're not on any of the legal documents, and that man's business takes off and you have nothing to show for it. Oh, I know they don't like that. I know they don't like that. Dating as the grown woman, you observe, you assess, you're evaluating him. Is this man healthy for me? Does he see me? Does he consider me? Does he think about me? When I tell him my hopes, my dreams, my desires, does he minimize them? Does he make jokes about it? I remember telling my son's father, I said, I want to be a softer woman. And I remember him laughing at me. And here we are, not together. Okay? And this is where it really shifts, because a grown woman is not afraid of losing a man who cannot meet you where you are. She's not afraid of losing a man who is narcissistic, toxic, the good man, because he doesn't cheat on you. She's not afraid of losing him. She's not dating from fear. So that's why she's not afraid to lose a man. She's dating from a place of self-trust, and self-trust changes everything. There are more men annoyed that you are, let's say you're 30 and older. There are more men annoyed that you have the audacity to be single, and when a man presents himself, you won't settle. I have a cousin who he can't stand that I'm single and happy and thriving, because it goes against the narrative that they were taught, especially as it relates to a woman needing a man. Oh, baby, he be vexed. Oh, baby, he be vexed. Listen, I would rather be alone than in a house with a man who's competing with me, who mistreats me, who mishandles me, who doesn't see me, who doesn't care about me, who neglects me. I lived 18 years in chaos. I'm 37. I've had these 19 years on my own, okay? So 18 years of chaos, 19, but I had to do my healing work. So let's say from 18, I left the relationship with my son's father at 30. I'm 37. So 30 years of chaos. I'm 37. So that means I've had 7 years to be able to work through things in order to be healthy. Don't let these men in society talk you into being in spaces and places where a man is not appreciating you. That's why you have to do your healing work. And I'm going to tell you the truth, right? That sometimes even dating from a place of a healthy woman, you may sometimes slip up because those beliefs are still there, but you got to do your work to replace them. You got to do your work to not allow them to overwhelm you and overtake you and then have you in an unhealthy relationship, okay? I want you to know that sometimes dating as a healthy woman can feel boring. You may see a woman, she goes from relationship to relationship to relationship, and you're like, how does she keep getting in all these relationships? That's because she's dating from the inner child, and so is that man. She's not going from healthy relationship to healthy relationship, because if she had one healthy relationship and another, she would stay with that person unless it truly was they were compatible. So it can feel boring because you're like, okay, I dated this person, it didn't go well. I dated this person, it didn't go well. But you're like, okay, I'm willing to wait for my person. But even I understand and know that my soulmate is not going to 100% complete me, because there's parts of my soul that belong to my children, that belong to my purpose. We're supposed to live a full life, not our life centered around a man. Okay? So before you date again, ask yourself, am I looking for a partner, or am I looking for someone, a man, to soothe my inner wounds? Because the man you will accept will reflect that answer. If you're looking for soothing, you will attract men who offer temporary comfort but no structure. They're going to trigger you, and not in a way. They're going to break you. It's not going to end well. Some of those men are predatorial. They are. And if you're a young woman and a man's in his 30s and 40s and you're in your early 20s, he sees you. He sees the brokenness. He's played this game before and he's won the game. Be mindful of that, because they're not going to tell you that. You think, oh, he really likes me. No, sugar, he don't like you. He likes what he's about to get from you. And he's about to cause chaos and torment in your life. And I know there's a woman under the sound of my voice. This is the story that happened to you. They're predatorial. Some of them are. They see you. Oh, they see you. Let me just say that. They see you. If you're seeking partnership, you will require consistency, maturity, and emotional safety. And that will eliminate many men early. That's not a loss. That's alignment. You want the man that was created for you and your purpose, and the man that was created not for the inner child, but for the grown woman. Because we're showing up in our authentic self. We're taking up space. You are called for greatness, and your relationship should reflect that. Okay? I want you to know that you don't need a man to complete you. That is the inner child thinking. You don't need a man to validate you. That's your unhealed attachment. You don't need a man to rescue you. You're not a little girl anymore. You're a grown woman. And a grown woman doesn't date for soothing. That man is not Neosporin. He's not going to make the wound feel better. Only healing will. Okay? If you need help with this, and you're like, Smithia, this is what I've been doing wrong. This is what I've been doing wrong. Book a session. Let's do some individual coaching so that I can help you as it relates to dating as a grown woman and not the inner child. Now, I told y'all this is what y'all asked for, so don't be trying to attack me in the comments, okay? This is Healed and New Sexy. My name is Smithia.